This is Amud Yomi Gemara in Shabbos. Daf. Nun Ches Amud Aleph. I'm holding on the tab of Nun Ches Amud Aleph on the tab line. Middle of discussing different items a woman can yes or not go out wearing on Shabbos. So we just finished explaining that a kavul was a type of woolen hat. Comes on Shmuel and Shmuel says no. Kavla Davlin Tanan. He argues and used the other tzad. Says Shmuel it's referring to the slave's emblem, and the Mishnah is teaching us that such a slave cannot wear it in Rosh Hashanah. However, according to Shmuel, this woolen hat will yes be allowed to be worn. Asks the Gemara, "Umiyam Shmuel, Hachi does Shmuel really hold this?" A slave could yes go out with the emblem tied around his neck. So Shmuel says a slave is yes allowed to go out wearing the emblem. So why would you explain that the Mishnah is talking about not that way? Lokasha says the Gemara, Hadavle Rabbi, Hadavle Navshe. If it's something that's made by his master, by his rabbi, then the slave will never remove it. If it's something that he made himself, then where Shmuel is worried that he might come to take it off. It might come to love the Shmuel. Frag to Gemara. What's the reason that you explain this din of Shmuel? Davle Rabbi, why? In the case where his master made it, why can he not wear it if it's on his clothing? He's not going to take it off. Says the Gemara, Dilma Mifsik, because we're worried it's going to fall off on its own. Omer Sas, and the slave is going to be worried that it's his identifying tag, and if his master is going to get angry at him. Omer says, and what's he going to do? He's going to fold it into his clothing, thereby basically carrying it in Rosh Hashanah and put it on his shoulder. So it folds of a towel, so puts on the shoulders on Shabbos. So Shmuel holds that the concern is it might fall off, and then he's going to make some matzif to hold it on his body, which in essence is him carrying this identification tag, and that's the reason why Shmuel disallows the slave from wearing this ID tag on Shabbos. Says the Gemara story that this exact thing happened. Cannot go out with, have these jackets that have a certain emblem of the Rish Kalusa on them. Why? Because if it falls off, they're going to come to carry it. Levar minoch. Side for you. Why? Kalusa is not makbid on you. So for you, if it falls off, you're not going to do anything else. But other people have to be worried that if it falls off, then they can come to carry it, and therefore it'd be usher to wear such a jacket with such a patch in it on Shabbos. Says the Gemara about 15 lines down, the two dots. Let's go drop deeper into this din of Shmuel. Gufa. Amar Shmuel Yosef v'chaysim savarai. So Shmuel's machalik that if the chaysim is around his neck, David could yes go out. Avalei b'chaysim b'ksusay, but not if it's in his clothing. Tanam yach Yosef v'chaysim savarai. Avalei b'chaysim b'ksusay. Frakti Gemara v'remenu. I'll ask you a stira. Li'etzev v'chaysim savarai. Avalei b'chaysim b'ksusay. Says the Braisa, whether it's around his neck, whether it's Biksusai, they're both Aser. The slave cannot wear a bell around his neck. If it's on his clothing, it is allowed. An animal cannot go but what do we see in this Brisa? Klar. In the beginning, the Brisa says explicitly, whether it's tied around its neck, whether it's on the clothing, the Eved cannot go out wearing it. Says the Gemara, Rabbi. But wait, we know Shmuel has a different chilek. Maybe the first Brisa is where the master made it. Where he made it himself. Says Gemara law, you can't say that. Why? Rather, Rabbi. So how are we going to answer up the stira? Whether what the material of this chaysam is. V'kan b'shel mateches, v'kan b'shel tit. Saying that the master is makbid on, he can't wear it. Why? As we just said, because if it falls off, he might come to carry it home. Then he could yes carry it out. So the first, right, says he's allowed to go out. He's talking about what's made out of clay. And therefore, what? Who cares if it falls off? He's not going to be makbid, he's going to leave it. The second price is talking about it's made out of metal. Therefore, we have to be worried he's going to come carry it home. Hachinam Mistavra proves the Gemara this is indeed logical. Why? Why does it say that they're both not mekabel tum? So now it makes sense. That it would be honing in that dafka this mateches chaysim, this metal emblem, is not mekabel tuma, but other items made of the same material, that same mateches, is yes mekabel tuma. Eliyamri b'til shaltanan, but if you're talking about something made out of tit, what do you mean? Tit is never mekabel tuma. Killing to do mekabel tuma can't be. V'atanya, the Brayso says, Ein mekabel tuma. So it would make no sense to say if it's made out of tit, it's not mekabel tuma, because tit is never mekabel tuma. El shema min hashamateches, shema mi no. One last tickle Gemara, 10 lines from the bottom. Amar mar. The previous race has said that the Eved cannot go with the bell that is around his neck. Zug Savara says the Gemara, you're afraid that the bells are going to fall off and the Eved is going to come to carry it. Zog Shabiksusai Nami fragt the Gemara, Lechash Dilma Mavsek Vasi Lasuye. Should be worried that it's going to come off and the slave is going to come to carry it. So why are we being machalik and allowing him? Zog Shab Savara no, Zog Shabiksusa, yes. Says the Gemara, when it's on the clothing, it's sewn on by an expert. If the bell is sewn on, we don't have to worry it's going to come off. Therefore, there is no gzir. When it's around the Eved's neck, it's going to fall off. When it's on its clothing, it's not going to fall off. And therefore, that's going to be mutter. Pick it up from here. B'siyata dishmaya.